Welcome, everybody. It's Friday. It's my day. It's my world, William's world. Welcome to another exciting episode. But before we get started, like always, I gotta introduce the man behind the plan, my partner in crime. Y'all know him as Charles Brinkley, Mr. DJ Chuck B. What's up, Chuck?
Yo, what's up, Will? Hey, man, I'm excited to be on, like always. And I know we got something great in store tonight. So, again, like I always say, if you rocking, I'm definitely rolling. So let's roll, baby.
Oh, man. Ladies, gentlemen, this guy here is a walking testimony. I mean, we're gonna introduce him, start asking some questions. Y'all pay attention because it's gonna be very interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce y'all to a good friend of mine, Sergeant Joshua Bauer. What's up, Josh?
Hey, Will, how are you? Chuck, it's an honor to be here.
Hey, nice to have you, Josh. Definitely appreciate you coming on.
So we're gonna cut through the chase, and we're gonna get right to it. First, I want to ask you, how are you and your family holding up during these unprecedented times?
Yeah, so it's good for us because the type of industry that you and I work in, Will, it's employing us, it's allowing us to keep the food and shelter, the things that our family needs to survive. So in that aspect, it's going good. I think, mom and the kids are home more than often, and she's having a tough time being the teacher full time for these kids now. And it's probably the same way for the kids, being always present with them, 100% every day.
Mm-hmm.
I told her I'd switch with her all the time, but that can't happen.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it has gotten a lot of people, some people depressed, some people, but just, transition. That's a hard thing sometimes, going to different ways than what you're used to doing. So again, I commend all the parents out there with the kid. I'm telling you, that's a hard job. So I commend you, especially if you got to be around them 24/7, and especially teach them. So again, shout out to all the parents out there doing what they got to do. And hopefully, we'll get through this. And I think, a lot of us are taking it in strides. You just got to, roll with the punches, man. And hopefully we got better days coming along within the next few months or so. So
that's right. Yep.
Hey, Will, you know what? I wanted to give a shout out to our sponsor today. We're supposed to start off with that. So since we got a little break in the action, what I'll do is give a shout out to our sponsor, the A Game. Now let them tell you exactly who they are. Here they are, the A Game.
This is A Game, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then bring your A Game. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.
And that is the A Game. Again, it's good for energy, vitality, strength, and libido. It's also great for the immune system. We have 19 natural herbs that are in it. This is for men only. We do have a women's product coming up hopefully soon. But until then, like I said, if you want a free sample of the A Game, give me a call at 302-723-2836. Again, 302-723-2836 to get your free sample of the A Game. It is some great stuff. All right, back to you, Will. And, before we go, we got some people out there. Let's get them out the way so they don't think we're ignoring them. And we got my man, Taymu. What's going on, baby? He says, what's up? What's going on, Taymu? Thanks for tuning in. We definitely appreciate you, brother. And, all right, get right back to you, Will.
Okay. Now, Josh, we like to spotlight interesting people and everything they had gone through, whatever, what have you. And I had to tell Chuck about you and everything you've been with. So we're just going to run past a few questions for you, and it's your floor. Chuck, you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. Question I always ask, and and it's a hard decision to make. I know, because sometimes when you get in, because you were young when you went in, and I just wanted to know what made you want to join the military, and also why the Marines.
Right. Yeah. So I've always been asked that question quite a bit. Let's see here. Back in high school, I was in high school when 9/11 happened. So the teachers literally wheeled, the big televisions, tube televisions in on carts so that the kids could see, those planes doing what they did to the trade center buildings, and so shortly after that, America was at war, and we were putting our own personnel into another country to bring the fight to them. And at that time, I had graduated high school. I graduated late in 2004. And I wasn't too young. I joined when I was 20 years old. So I graduated high school, thought I was going to make it big, doing some landscaping business in Maryland. And then there was this part of the newspaper that came out, whether it was daily or weekly, I can't remember that exact detail, but there was a page that started, it was Faces of the Fallen. So there were servicemen and women who had died in Iraq due to, the World Trade Center or shortly after, right? And this Faces of the Fallen portion of the newspaper in Maryland just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I started plastering them on my rental room wall, and the wall just became overwhelmed with all branches of service, men and women who have perished to what we to honor our country, sacrifice their lives for our country. And so that was one of the bigger reasons why I wanted to fill the voids of those men and women who perished before me, in a good way, by all means, of course, in a good way. And I knew my mindset, what I am as a human being, would do just that. And so that was that reason there. But ultimately, my grandpa Bauer, my dad's dad, was a Marine. He was artillery, and he did Korea. He only did a few years, and I believe in the 50s there. But to keep that Marine name in the family was the other more important reason. Not that each one of them had a higher weight than the other, but those are my two calls, and that's why I did it. Why the Marine Corps? When you're young, and I was young anyway in school, and you guys probably remember too, but you're always told that was the toughest branch of the service, the first in, last out, and blah, 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 blah. And, I wanted to be part of that. I wanted to be part of something that was bigger than me and pushing that aspect.
Yeah. My uncle, he was a Marine, and he used to always push it too, tell me about, hey, if you ever join, the military, go to the Marines, so, at one point, I had all kinds of options when I was coming up. I mean, of course, I didn't join, and I commend anybody that does, because, that's a hell of a sacrifice that you definitely make, as far as going out there, and I commend anybody. And like I said, thank you for your service. And I definitely remember the day 9/11 happened. I still can remember exactly where I was at the time when it did happen. And that's something that will probably stick with me in my mind for the rest of my life. And again, thank you for your service. And definitely, I give you all the props in the world, because it takes a strong man to want to go out there and defend, his country. So shout out to you.
Thank you, man. I wouldn't change a bit, man.
There you go.
Well, since we into that, I'd like to ask you, Josh. You've been on several tours or missions. You've been wounded twice. You've received some medals. What was that like? Share some of your experience. Share with the viewers, your a total package of your experience. Like, you were deployed to a couple tours, right?
Yeah. No, as long as you got to help me out a little bit, guys. Pulling it out, because once it starts flowing, it'll flow, and we'll try to keep it in a good lane as it is, But I guess no. You the question you asked.
Right.
There's many ways, there's many ways to go approach it. Questions anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did 2 tours to Iraq.
Wow.
06, 07, 08, or 07, 08. Those were both Iraq. And then I did one in 2010 in Afghanistan. Yeah. So, throughout your tours there, you're I guess you're not honored, but you can earn several or variety of awards depending on what it is you're doing, So, they want to commend their personnel the right ways, I guess, you know. And some you never want them, I guess, you know. So you're not out there to try to earn medals or awards, you know. They just come. I guess when they come, it's not for the better, I guess. In a time of war, anyway, right?
Right.
Both of my injuries were in my first tour to Iraq. We got there. It was a January to August deployment. Marine Corps are typically 7-month. Marine Corps infantry typically 7-month increments. And we got there in January, and I was stepping on a 155 shell in February, and the asphalt on the road had been paved too many times. So when that enemy connected the power source to that IED, the blast was absorbed by the asphalt, saving me my limbs, you know, and it just giving me knocking me unconscious and giving me a concussion. So you know, a month or two into it, you're already looking at, wow, you know, I'm here. Did I really want this? You know, that quick anyway. So, in just that, and then the ones that weren't quite documented in whole, you know, it was like, wow, this is it. You know, I might not come out of this one. I might not come back from my first deployment. You know, and I remember writing letters home to my dad, telling him just that. You know, Dad, things ain't looking good over here. You know, so and so's gone. This is happening. You know, and here's what I'm not really trying to. I couldn't advertise too much or let them know too much anyway. You know, right. We had limited opportunities to even get back to talk to them anyway. But so that was January. That was February. March, April, May, June. We're still hooking and jabbing. We relieved an Army unit in June. Same deployment in Iraq. We took one company from my Marine battalion, 3rd Battalion, 6 Marines. And we took them to go relieve an Army unit who had been getting slaughtered over in this place called Al Karma. The town was called Al Karma. It was, I want to say, northeast to not too far above Fallujah, if you're looking at a map, as far as the crows flies, you know, above Fallujah, Iraq. And there was a huge sniper threat over there, and they were getting killed pretty regularly by a sniper. Headshots. The guy knew where to hit you, where your armor wasn't, such as from your flanks, where you're in your biceps, because you got your side sappies a little bit lower than that, and you got your front and back sappies on. So they were smart enough to hit you through the bicep, and it's gonna enter your upper torso and do some damage. And we went in there, and we were just pushing precedents. We were getting out in the ground, getting boots on the ground to show them that we're not the prior force that was occupying this terrain or territory. Right. These guys actually had a whole felt tarp around their whole base because the sniper was able to shoot inside their compound. The first thing we did when we got there as Marines, we ripped it down. We ripped it down because if we can't see out of it, if they can't see us inside, we can't see them, and that's not how we were about to operate over there. Right. I became lead Vic 50 cal gunner in a ground element, getting pushed out. They were called dwell ops. We were going to occupy different buildings outside of that base to show precedence, and we knew there was that sniper threat. Nobody had got him yet. So I remember we were providing overwatch with our trucks for these tanks, these M1 Abrams tanks. These tanks got these capabilities as far as their electronics and their devices in these tanks can see miles away, as far as like magnifying things, I guess, if you will, like the clarity for them and the ability to see long distances and watch certain things is what they were doing. Call sign Panzer I and Panzer II. I distinctly remember that. So we were providing overwatch for them. And so all day, just up in the turret behind this 50 cal, not doing a damn thing. This is the day that my second injury happened anyway. Get back to base, that house that we were occupying, and finally get to go down and get some sleep. Shortly after I fell asleep, I was getting woke up by the guys who were occupying the house telling me I got watch. Hey, Bauer, it's your time for post. You got to get up top, go relieve Spickard. Spickard's the last name of a guy from Tennessee. You know, Lance Corporal Spickard, Tennessee. And I wish he was watching this because I would love to go give that guy a big hug, you know. But Spickard pacing back and forth up on that rooftop. This sniper couldn't get a beat on him. So shortly after I relieved Spickard up on that rooftop, a sniper took a pop at me. And honest to God's truth, I had got up there pissed off because I didn't want to stand. I wasn't supposed to be up there providing posts with them anyway. The more bodies, the more rest, the better the rest plan, right?
Right.
And I had a bottle of water down to my right foot, man, and I literally bent down to get that bottle of water. So I took the crosshairs from my face to the it went in and it punctured my helmet. It went in and out my helmet, in and out the back of my neck. And I thought that was it. I thought I was going to die, but that son of a bitch just hit nothing but tissue. And here I am. But so that was that whole first tour. It was a whole lot of, you know, those are just two little incidents that happened to me that I can speak intelligently about, you know, and I could go on a lot of others, but those are just mine, you know, and so that was my second time being wounded in Iraq, my first tour, getting shot in the head, and thinking I was going to die, but here we go. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask you a question too. I know as always, everything is just so, you're all on alert all the time. Is there any time, because I know you'll be on tour, for a long time, and you'll be in action for a while. Is there any time where you have any like downtime where you can at least clear your mind a little bit, or is it always a continual like high rush on a constant basis?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess that's going to determine the op tempo of where it is you're at, what's going on.
Okay.
You know, there was so you could eventually get to a point to where we were sending Marines back to R&R. So we were sending Marines back to a bigger base to get some of that relax and rest, you know, or rest and relaxation, you know, to be able to go to a chow hall or go to an MWR to get some computer or phone time back home with your family.
Okay.
Yeah. So there eventually, if at all, that would be established, right? Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. Because I know I see it a lot of times. You know, like I always wondered that. Like, I mean, wow, do they just every single day for like 6 months, 8 months, just continually fight, or do they have some time to recoup and get their mind together and stuff like that? So I've always wondered that. So
and it's not meant for everybody. You know, everybody's going to handle it different, and it's going to affect everybody a different way. Sometimes it's not a pretty way. You know.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
So can you talk about you received two medals, right?
Say it again, Will.
I think you receive our Purple Heart.
Yeah, so they gave me a Purple Heart for that first one, getting knocked unconscious, which I thought was bogus. But then the second Purple Heart was from getting shot.
Wow. Yeah.
So I in a bad way, I feel that I earned my second Purple Heart. Unlike the first one, it was just a little, you know, hell, guys get concussions playing football. You know, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Not really. You was over there.
I know. It definitely an explosion blast for a concussion is.
Yeah, that's major.
I'll tell you right now, I'd think that it'd be different, you know.
Yeah, definitely, because any explosion, you're thinking, man, and you were right there at the base, right there on it. So it was like, wow,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, so how have you been maintaining? You've been home. How have you been maintaining as far as, you know, a lot of guys when they go away, and women also, they go away. They, you know, as far as you know, PSTD and you know, stuff of that nature. How have you been holding up since you've been back?
Yeah. I'll tell you, good. I mean,
Mhm.
it's like I said, it's all about the individual and how they're gonna
Mhm.
handle it. You know, how they're gonna proceed themselves after the fact. And
Mhm.
honestly, hopefully they've got good support networks. You know, if they're not the stronger persons dealing with the issues, but
Mhm.
you got to surround yourself with the people that are good. You got to surround yourself, you know, with the positive things in life. You know, in but not only that, uh, be able to spot those issues with people that are not that way, and try to bring that light to them. You know, whether they're war personnel or not. You know, so uh, yeah, I guess the people like me and those who deployed and been through some bad stuff. Uh, let's see here. I guess I got a whole different outlook on life, you know, and
Right. Mhm.
to know what could be or what could be done or where we could be at, and
Mhm.
we're not. We've got it so much better with where we're at in our country and what we have with, you know, not today's society because of what's going on in a way,
Right.
but still, we're in America, man, and you know, home of the free, land of the brave,
Mhm.
because of the brave, you know, and you just got to push that. My purpose is to make everybody else try to rub off on them and give them positive aspects in life and make them smile. I guess if I'm my goal every day is to make somebody smile for the better and try to just rub off a positive attitude to everybody.
That's awesome. Hey, we got some comments out here. We got one from Kendra Moore. She says, "Hi, Three Kings. Hey, what's going on, Kendra? Thanks for tuning in." And we also have Izzy Meditate. She says, "Hello." And Kendra comes back too. She says, "My dad retired from 20 years in the Air Force. I owe a lot of who I am today because I grew up as a military kid. Much respect and mad love for military personnel. Thank you, Sergeant, for your service and sacrifice."
Thanks, Kendra. Thank you.
And Mike Kowalski says, did I say his name right? Yeah, Kowalski says,
Yep.
my best apprentice, a great dad, a good friend, Semper Fi. So there you
People think he's a killer. I've heard people call him a killer.
Killer. Killer. What's up, Killer?
Hey, thanks for the comments and definitely keep them coming. We definitely appreciate the support and love here at Feel Good Talk. And, definitely keep them coming. And show some love for Sergeant Joshua Bauer, please. So back to you, Will.
Well, Jack, I mean, I'm more like we proud of you because we hear the horror stories about guys that been deployed, soldiers coming home being homeless and or having mental issues. You know, it seems like that wasn't even, you didn't have to deal with that. But have you have
and
any of your fellow comrades in that you were deployed with, or anybody in any branch, do you know anybody that had to deal with that?
yeah, I mean, to include myself, Will, I don't want to say smoke and mirrors. You know, it's all smoke and mirrors, right? But first off, if there's any service men or woman who's fought for our country as America, and they're coming home to be homeless or even have to endure or face any of these issues, we failed them as Americans, you know, and that shouldn't happen at all. It should have never happened. And I wish that we could go back, not really go, I guess, go back in time just to fix those incidents, right? Like to give those persons a better life, or to make them, you know, live longer and endure things that we were brought up in life to do, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I guess a lot of the stuff's invisible and you don't see it, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's a lot of, you know, because the whole suicide thing, man, there's a lot of veterans that just feel bottled up enough to end their life because they just can't handle what's in front of them, whether it's financially, you know, emotionally, like the mental issue. Yeah, it exists, man, and it's there. And like I said, it's all about the individual who's encountering it, man. And you just got to hopefully know how to read these people and give them the support and help they need, yeah, lots of friends, man. I've lost a lot of friends after the fact for sure, because they felt that ending their life was the answer to help what, or the answer for what they needed. And it's a shame, because a life wasted too early, man, it's not a good thing.
No, exactly. And like you said, the homeless, I never got that myself. Me personally, I think especially those that went out there and fought, I mean, they shouldn't have to, when they come home, they shouldn't have to worry about anything. You know what I mean? It should be taken care of. I mean, housing should be here for them, everything. They shouldn't have to worry about where am I going to go lay my head at and stuff of that nature.
Absolutely.
So again, that's one thing I didn't like, you know what I mean? Because you do see a lot of people that are homeless, that are, come from the military, that are having these problems, that are going through mental issues, and they can't even get the help. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, you put these guys through all this stuff and you won't give them the help. And, it's just not right. We do got some comments out there. I'm going to say, and this goes right into the conversation. Antoinette Holmes says, Community Action Agency provides housing services to veterans in Delco. And she has that number there, 610-874-8451. Again, 610-874-8451. So if anybody out there that was in the military or are homeless and they want to have some shelter or somewhere to go, that's the place right there, right in the Delco area. And that's the Community Action Agency. Okay, and they provide housing. And Kendra also says, how do you feel about military movies? Do you find them to be too Hollywood?
That's to me.
Yeah, that was to you. That was to you, Josh. She says,
yeah.
How do you feel about military movies, and do you find them to be too Hollywood?
No, I think that you have your 50-50 shot there, depending on what they are. But I think some of them do a pretty good job portraying. Definitely there's that's what they're there for, though. They're there for that extra in it, right? So I think that they do have there's always more of a hype in all the Hollywood movies. I mean,
right.
Personally knowing some of the guys who had Hollywood portray them in movies, so speaking to them and how things were added to the real life relevance that existed in Hollywood, to know that, yeah, Hollywood puts a twist on things, but you got let's see here, the Benghazi story, right? 13 Hours. I became good friends with an individual who was in that movie, and how he said that in the movies, that really didn't happen, or that happened, and he was able to explain what was right, what was accurate, and what wasn't. So, yeah. Okay,
awesome. And we got some more out there. John Shanko says, "Hey landlord, you're talking."
Tell him his rent's due. All right, where's Shanko? Your rent is due.
Hey brother, your rent's due. Shanko. Hey, coming for you, baby. And we got Izzy. She says, the Unusual Buddha is an awesome resource for veterans who are interested in exploring meditation. Oh, okay, yeah. And shout out to Izzy. She is certified in meditation, and it's definitely a great to anybody that's into meditation or want to be introduced to meditation. Definitely give Izzy Meditates a call. She'll definitely school you on that. You know what I mean? So again, thanks for that advice, Izzy. Appreciate it. All right. So hey, they loving you out there, Josh, and they coming in with some great questions and some comments and concerns, and we definitely appreciate y'all. So keep them coming if you have them coming. And again, that was a hell of a story you told as far as the tours that you went on. So again, man, like I said, hey, kudos go to you, because a lot of people, including myself, I don't know if I can go out there and you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I mean? It takes a special person to go out there and do that type of work, man. I'm telling you. So again, thank you, for your services again. So got anything, Will?
Yeah. This here, Josh, we're gonna fast forward. Approximately Yeah, what's the date? 22nd, maybe a little about 2 weeks approximately. We had to issue the raid on the Capitol. Okay, and they brought in the military, the National Guard and whatever to take care of that. You haven't fought for your country and all this. How did that sit with you? That could easily that was so easily done that they raided the Capitol like that. And also, if you were still in the military, would you have wanted to been deployed there?
Well, so you're going to look at the military branches. Each have their specific roles, right? So I just feel that the Marine Corps that I joined would have never been sent there to handle that business, and that's why the National Guard was sent, to fortify or defend. I feel that because of it, innocent persons were injured and killed because of that incident. Definitely wrong, man. It was if it was going to be a peaceful approach to it, because there were people and persons upset for the results and of the election, or whatever, that's one thing, but for people to be injured and killed in that dilemma was I feel that it was wrong for sure. I mean, I don't think that whether there was any truth to what they were trying to bring to light. It's now never going to be there. No one's ever. We're never going to know. That's how I feel about that. I do feel that whether red, white, blue, green, purple, brown, black, whatever color side they were on, if there was anybody or any individuals that did have any wrongdoings in our Constitution or in our ways of life, they, he, she, whoever it was, like I said, whatever color, should be held accountable for sure. I guess as a military member, getting sent there to defend a structure or a building that's in your country against your own country countrymen and women, yeah, it's kind of an awkward situation, However, I'm going to make a little bit of joke on this one. I do feel that there might it's almost like they didn't give those guys anything to have to conduct a fight against and holding defense on that building, because right. From all the social media news clips, everything that I've seen, every weapon they were holding, there was no magazine in the magwell, and there was no ammunition from what I saw across the board. That's just my observation. They can tell me if I was right or wrong, but I didn't see one weapon with a magazine in it for those servicemen and women who were deployed to the Capitol. Wow.
Hey, that's deep. And we got some more questions out there, and I want to definitely throw this one out there. She says, Kendra Moore says, what can we as citizens learn from your military experience to help us navigate through tough times?
What can we citizens learn from your military experience? I think it's just going to be more from a lot others than just me. I'm just one experience on my own. I can give you my advice or my theory or my insight for sure. Through society. What was the end of the question there?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me leave it up there.
No, you're just
through tough times. Yeah.
We got to be strong. We got to be tough, and we got to come together. We want to be the best country in this world, and I'm telling you right now, I still feel that we are. However, we did show our asses to the whole world because we couldn't even figure out how to pick one of our own leaders. That was pretty embarrassing.
Right.
Again, whatever color you may be on, we've got I feel that we've got a wound that we've got to get sewn shut, pick back up, put the pack back on, and press on. We got to press forward. We got to get back on our feet, and stay.
Exactly. Awesome answer. And I think we answered this already, but Jim wants to know what made you join the armed forces. I think we talked about it earlier. But if you can give him a quick synopsis of of everything, letting him know what we said already, and I don't know if he was on here earlier or not.
No, he'll pay for this on Monday for sure. But after 9/11, Jimmy, after 9/11, Faces of the Fallen article in the newspaper was created, and that newspaper article just kept growing more and more and more, showing us the men and women that were dying, fighting for our country when we initially went into Iraq after 9/11. So in a good way, Jimmy, I knew that, and you know me, I was going to be able to fill the voids of many of them, more than just one, how I felt in my own mindset, and for the better, not anything against any of those persons, but everything for the better. And I wanted to do that for them. I wanted to do that for them because it was hard to watch. It was hard to read. It was hard to see it on the wall in my room. And then Grandpa Bauer, Jimmy Shenko. Grandpa Bauer was the only other Marine in the Bauer bloodline, and I wanted to keep his footsteps going in the family.
Awesome. And we got a few more. I got a lot more actually. Streety Queen says, "Do you think they should be charged with treason?" They're talking about the people that entered the Capitol.
I guess I don't have the details on what was charged and what wasn't charged, but I guess if the criteria met, the to have it be treason, then so be it. I guess if the criteria was there, the facts were there for what they did to equate to that. I mean, the proof's in the pudding, I guess, right?
There you go. Exactly. You answered it beautifully. And we have Mike Kowalski. I'm sorry, I'm messing his name up. I would join again with no hesitation, knowing your injury. Would you do? Oh, knowing your injury. He said, I would join again with no hesitation, knowing your injury. Would you do it again?
Mike, we'd be standing side by side together. I do solemnly swear, Mike, right hand Rosen, and we're going to defend all enemies, foreign and domestic, Mike Kowalski.
There you go. And we have Tyrone Ricks, the 10 of Life is tuned in. Hey, thanks, Tyrone, for tuning in. He's always tuning in. Again, check this man out. He's in Chester, right on 7th and Hayes. He has a 10 of Life, and go support him. He's helping out the community. And he's a great man, so check him out right there on 7th and Hayes. And if you have anything you would like to donate or anything, definitely give him a call. And Jim Shanko, he gives you the heart. He also says thank you. And to Bron Short says, Semper Fi, brother.
Semper Fi.
And also Mike says the same. Mike, I got to get the name right.
Kowalski.
Yeah, Kowalski. I don't know what's around me tonight. Says Semper Fi as well. So again, shout out to them. Thanks for this comments.
Hurrah, Mike.
Please keep them coming. We definitely appreciate it. And what's up, Will?
I got for you, Josh. This is for any of our young viewers or any parents who have children that are considering enlisting. What kind of advice would you give? Let me share a story with everyone looking. My youngest son was going to enlist into service, and Josh told me to pause, and he gave me pictures and advice. Remember what you did for me for my son?
Yeah, but I hopefully it wasn't a negative way. It was just my story, man.
So my question to you is, like some of the viewers right now had children considering going in, what advice would you have for the parents or the children, with all the experience that you had? What would you bring to the table, like what you did for me and my?
Yeah, so I guess it's two different things because as the individual or the parent, let them follow their dream. Let that individual follow their dream, follow their goals in life, and as the parent, you got to help them achieve them. You got to get everything for the positive goals. The ones that are going to benefit them in the future.
Right.
Give them the tools and the things that they need to get there. And help them get there. But also, military speaking, do your homework. Don't just go in and willy nilly because you want to go be whatever. Make sure that what it is going to benefit you for the time you're in, and then also it's going to be able to transfer and transition you into the civilian life after, if you choose to not stay in. Do your homework, and don't settle for the initial assessment, and make sure you go in there and you get what you want, because there's no reason why nowadays you cannot do that. Do your homework as the individual, if you indeed want to go, and then as the parent, support them in every aspect that you can.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, I was, the commercial day show, they always show, and I've seen some of the pictures that Will showed me, and they were really graphic. I was going to put, I said, nah, that's too much. But I was going, the thing is, I think, when that commercial comes and say, hey, travel the world, see the world, join the military, blah, blah, blah. I think they really need to give them the real deal, because at the end of the day, if something goes down, you're going to have to go to war and fight for your life, because I think a lot of them get that in their mind. Well, I'm just go travel the world and see the world, and you will. But at the end of the day, if something goes down where you have to go to another country and fight for your country, that's real. You know what I mean? I think sometimes these commercials take the realness out of the situation, and I think it misleads kids, and that's why they go through and have a hard time in the military.
I know we're live, and I know a problem or watching if they're not watching, whatever, but I'll tell you right now that a recruiter is going to tell you just those dreams. Oh, travel the world, do this, do that, do whatever, but guess what? That recruiter's job is hopefully gotten better from the time that I was in, but they're to earn so many numbers to get into that contract, right, to help themselves out for promotion, to help themselves out get promoted in that one. Because I tell you right now, when you receive orders to go be a recruiter, whether you wanted them or not, you're going, so you don't have any out. That's like, hey, these guys that are, and it's not all of them are guys and girls, right?
Right.
You get told to go be a recruiter, you got to go do it, whether you want to or not. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to pull wool over eyes, and you're going to hurt souls and hearts. I mean, it's just, they're gonna, but yeah, they're really hopefully they know somebody and have a friend or so that was in the military to tell them some of the truth, right?
Exactly. And I'm gonna tell you a story about me when I was coming out of high school. This is back a little bit, and the recruiter would come to my house every knocking on the door, like, I'm not home. But he came out constantly knocking on the door, trying to get me. And I took the ASVAB. I took all the tests. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I got out of high school. So I ultimately ended up going to college, but I didn't know what I wanted at the time. So I did everything, And I took the ASVAB. Is that what it? Yeah, ASVAB. I'm not taking. I scored pretty high. So I had the Air Force, I had everybody looking at me, and I'm like, they kept knocking. It was a different recruit every time, and I would be high and say, "No, tell me I'm not home. I'm not here." So I didn't really want to. I was like, I was just trying to figure it all out, and I was like, nah, that ain't really what I want to do, So again, it was just a crazy process that I went through when I was coming up. But we got some people on here. We got a lot of comments. Jamila Choice says, "Great topic." Thank you, Jamila. Appreciate you, sweetheart. And Streety Queen says, ask him what he think about the Fort Stewart soldier that was going to New York to try to blow up the 9/11 memorial.
I'm not too familiar with that story. I can't speak intelligent on it enough to answer that. Is it new, or is it recent, old?
Yeah, that's definitely a I don't know. Hey, maybe they can elaborate on that. We can go to the next question. Tyrone Rick says, "What up, Big Will? I love your show." He said he meant to say show, homie. So that was it. And
thank you.
Kendra Moore says, "Facts, Chuck." As she was talking about when I was talking about the letting them know the real deal instead of just this polished version of what the military is all about. And Mike says, every child is different, but nothing compares when my son graduated from Paris Island and walked the parade deck on graduation as he did 28 years before him. Exactly.
That's got to be pretty neat to experience, though. Mike Kowalski was a Marine as well, so he got to go watch his own son walk across the same parade deck that he did. So yeah, that's got to be something to watch.
Well, Ty says hi, Kendra, and we got Dave on here. Dave Siebert. He says shout out to Big Will Money Man. Ha ha ha. Josh, you're the man. Glad that I have met you and worked with you. Thank you for your service. Hey, thanks, Dave, for tuning in.
Thanks, Dave.
Kendra says, congrats. My family is from Beaufort, South Carolina. Big up to Paris Island. Okay. And we also have Jim. He comes in and says, what is the one thing that you personally brought back from your military experience that made you a better person? Not saying you were not before your decision to serve our country.
Ooh.
Damn you, Shanko.
I'll put the work on.
What is the first thing? Hang on here. Just it solidified more the foundation that I am as a man. It opened my eyes a lot more to things in life that I would have never imagined having. And it just gave me the mindset of knowing, where we stand as Americans in our country. Like I said before, how good we have it. And there's not one thing stopping us as Americans from achieving what it is that we want in life. That individual or individuals go out there and get it. It's there. You might have to work a little for it, but everything that we have is lined up for us to achieve, and it's all reachable. The sky's the limit. Go get it. And
that's right.
If hopefully that answered that one, because
that was awesome. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah. And Streety Queen says a couple days ago. Okay, I didn't hear about that one yet. So.
Oh wow, yeah. So that's new to me.
Yeah, it's new to me too.
And, but if it was a military guy for her, shame on him. And yeah, exactly. Shame on. He wasn't a true American.
Right. And we got Tyrone Ricks. He says, "Feel good is the best." Thank you, baby. We appreciate you, Todd. Thanks for tuning in. And Antoinette Holmes says, it was discovered that some of the people that participated in the insurrection on Capitol Hill were military trained. What are your thoughts about military people using U.S. training against their own country? That was a good question.
Yeah, but I mean, military trained, they didn't go in there, with the intent of killing people. I mean, this is just me, so the training, the military training that everybody's claiming to fame with was what, I don't know. It was clearly mass outnumbered of personnel,
Right.
And the guards were outnumbered, 100-1. I mean, so to utilize military training against our own country, I feel there wasn't a whole lot of that there. Maybe some of the gear they were wearing, they had military gear, right? But there was no intent from what I know and saw, of going in there to kill people, because when you talk about military training, from my background, that's what we were there to do. That's all right. I'm gonna stop with that one.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. And Ty says, "Thanks for serving, Sergeant Joshua M. Bauer." So thank you.
Thanks, Ty.
Appreciate it, Ty. And he says, "Great answer to us, Josh." Guess he was talking about.
Take that keyboard from Shanko.
Kendra also says, once you visit other countries, you definitely appreciate and love being in African American newspapers, including the good and the bad. The good and the bad. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Thank you.
That's right. It opens your eyes. It does. It really does.
That's right. So, hey, they out there, man. They out there giving love, and we appreciate the comments. And anytime you want to come through, any questions you'd like to ask, you definitely can ask us. And we got one more. She says, "I agree, Josh. You have people who hijack military moves and dress to intimidate people, and that's definitely true. That's definitely
right.
true. Right. Wait, here's Mike's on it again. He says, when I went to boot camp in 1987, I did not know so many people could not swim and never made a snowball. Is there any funny what is it?
Antidote.
He meant the antidote. I'm trying to antidote from your experience. He just got that C in there, threw me off a little bit.
He's talking to me.
He's talking to you. Yeah, he's talking to you.
Mike, I you know damn well I experienced the same thing you did, and yeah, there was the same thing, Mike.
Yep. So, hey, I know we heard all the hard stories and we heard, whatever, but what are some of your great experiences that you had in the military?
Just, knowing the camaraderie that, a fire team because obviously the identity that I was part of, was different from any other branch, right? Let alone the Marine Corps infantry, but the camaraderie, the brotherhood, and the men that I got to serve with, I try to do my best to keep in touch with those guys because they were phenomenal men, and the things that we shared together and endured together, those are the experiences that are never going to go away. Those are the ones that are always going to be with me. But because honestly, getting to go to travel where we got to go travel, right. that wasn't part of it. That wasn't why I joined anyway. But just the brothers that I got to serve and deploy with, that was the best thing that I could probably ever imagined.
Awesome. And we got Tabron. He says, "What was you MOS?"
I'm going to tell him 0331.
Okay, 0331. There you go.
And I know. No, I was going to answer it. I just. All right. So obviously, your MOS means military occupational specialty, so it's a 3-letter acronym.
Okay, I knew that. I didn't know where.
Yep. Every MOS has a 4-number.
Oh, okay.
It's 4 numbers. The first 2 numbers designate where at in the military, and then the second 2 are a little bit more specific. So 03 in the Marine Corps is infantry. 03, and then the last 2 are job specific. I was a 0331, which is a machine gunner, infantry machine gunner.
Okay, awesome. Hey, we got somebody in the back room, Danielle Beck. She says, "Always proud of you, little brother. Send you a kiss."
She found her way on here.
Yeah,
I was trying. Well, that's what I was.
She's actually in the room, but she can't get on because she's not on her.
I didn't have anything. She was asking me how to get on here. I sent her what you all sent me, so that's all I said.
She's sitting back there, but I can't get her on because she has no video and something no video and audio. So I might can. Let me work some magic. And to Bron, sir, he says 0621 Battalion 2-1. Okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I was gonna say, I is that COM? I think that's COM. I'm not sure. 06. So 06 is a different field.
Okay. And hold on. Let's see. We got Mike. He says, the Marine Corps sees no race, no creed, no gender. The Marine Corps spans generations, spans distance. The relationships you build are for life. There you go, Mike. Thank you for that. And he has his he sends his he's 084 POG, right, Josh?
Anything other than a grunt is a pogue, yes. So 0621 Tyrone, you're a pogue, man. Sorry.
Oh man, that's so.
What is that? POG?
I don't know. They talking.
No, this one's This one's just another 3-letter acronym. Literally, person other than grunt. Anybody outside the infantry is a pogue to us, to the infantry guys.
He's laughing. Laughing, so oh man, hey man, this is awesome, man. Awesome conversation, man. Hey, I definitely enjoying it, but we got to pay some bills, so we're gonna go right back to our sponsor, The A Game. Play this commercial for 30 seconds. We come right back. We're gonna take a little commercial break. The A Game.
This is A-Game, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then bring your A-Game. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.
And when she sits there and says, "Oh my God," it is. Great for vitality, energy, strength, and libido. The A-Game. Definitely check it out. Give me a call, 302-723-2836. Again, 302-723-2836. The A-Game for men only. Women will have something coming out for you soon. Don't worry. All right. So, hey, man, great story, Josh. Hey, thanks for being transparent. We definitely appreciate, because something, like I said, this, I was kind of worried too, because I know sometimes, when you talk about things of trauma, it brings back a lot of pain. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't ask too many questions that was too hard, where we would get to that point. So we definitely appreciate you hanging in there, doing your thing, and we definitely appreciate it. So I thank you for that, man.
No, you're welcome. I know at all costs, if I found myself in that situation, you guys are getting unplugged and I'm out of here,
Okay, yeah, I understand. Yeah, thank you, because I hate for episode to happen right here. I appreciate that. But we got Tyrone Hicks. He says, "I love the end." Laugh out loud. Hey, I love the end too. But I mean, I try to keep it clean. But it is what it is. We're grown folk here, so that's one of the effects it does have. All right.
Well, that we almost at our allotted time. Josh, you want to add anything before we close it up?
No, just the two of you. Thanks for even thinking of me to bring me on here. I wasn't sure myself what it was going to be like. I've never done anything like this, but I do know that anything I do in life I could do better. So if I was to go back, I'd give you all a better show. So I just want to let you all know that first off. But I think that this is just a few of my experiences, and yeah, thanks for letting me get out there and get on your show here, and hopefully I did you guys some good justice here, and I'm here. Will's got my number, and thanks, guys.
Listen,
Hey man, you did a hell of a job. I don't know what you're talking about. You did a great job. Again, you know what I mean? We appreciate you for coming on here, so I know some of those questions might have been a little tough, and hey man, but you hung in there, you did your thing. We definitely appreciate that. And we got some more comments out there too, so we'll go ahead with Kendra. She says, "Thank you so much. This was a great interview." So again, that just tells you exactly, the type of job you did do. Jim says, "Thanks, Josh." Definitely giving you props there. And again, man, it was an awesome conversation. I'm glad, like I said, I'm just glad you told your story, because like I said, a lot of what they portray is, fairy tales to a certain degree, and you need to hear the real, and we definitely appreciate it. Also, Izzy Meditate says, "Thank you for sharing your story as well." She says,
You're welcome.
So they loved you out there, Josh. You did a hell of a job.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Jamila J. Choice says, "Thanks for your service as well."
Yes, you did.
You're welcome. Yep.
Yep. So, hey, man, that was an awesome show, and I definitely appreciate you, Josh. And anytime you want to come on here, and talk about anything, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just let us know, and we got you. Got your back.
And yep, and that goes both ways, guys. Thank you. Thanks. Now we got the weekend ahead of us. Do a little bit of relaxing, hopefully, and Will, I'll see you back in there on Monday.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
before we get out of here, though, I do got to let people know where they can find us at. You can find us at LinkedIn at Feel Good Talk, on Facebook at Feel Good Talk, YouTube at FGT Mind, Body, Soul, and Business, and Instagram at Feel.GoodTalk, and coming soon, Feel Good Talk TV. That's by way of Roku TV. Also, Amazon Fire TV and Apple TV. So that's coming very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. We got, let me see, we have one more comment. Mike says, "Great job, terrific show." Ty said hi to Izzy, and she says, "Hey there" to Ty. So everybody's talking to everybody on here. But again, it's all good. You know what I mean? So that's just family love on here. So again, Hey, man, it was awesome show, Josh. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
It's all, baby. You can do what you want to do. It's on you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for your service. You know what I mean? A lot of people take that for granted, but you put it in a perspective where it hit home. You know, especially for me being around you every day, it really hit home. You know, a lot of people don't know what you guys go through, and I'm gonna say thank you for everybody else as well, and for myself, Chuck and Josh. God bless. Good night. See everybody next Friday. Peace.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.